We were the first private commercial bank to offer home loans, providing a fast, easy and convenient solution. We made it easier for more and more people to have a home of their own, because we believe in banking beyond transactions. HNB, your partner in progress.
The Ceylon Electricity Board has decided to impose 7.5-hour power cuts on a daily basis. The country has been divided into 4 zones and power will be disrupted for 5.5 hours during the daytime and 2 hours at night.
The CEB announced that each zone would experience power cuts from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., 12:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. to midnight respectively. The public was severely inconvenienced today as well as a result of intermittent power cuts.
There are goods that have been bought that cannot be prepared because there is no electricity. This is our livelihood. I sell goods like ice cream. If there is no power for 6 hours, then it's a major crisis for me. I have been at the bank since this morning and I have been unable to get photocopies of documents that I need to submit to the Divisional Secretariat.
We have had no water since this morning because there is no electricity.
They do not inform us it will be disrupted and when it will be restored. We don't know anything. What I have to say is that as a government, they need to be more intelligent in dealing with people. They must take action with the people in mind. I cannot sell the food I prepare and what is in the refrigerator is getting rotten. We are hoping for a swift solution.
Newsfirst made inquiries from the Public Utilities Commission, the regulatory authority of the power sector, on whether there is any redress available for the consumer to cover losses incurred.
A regulation has been prepared titled the Service Standards Regulation. I believe it will come into law in 2 to 3 months. It will not consider individual incidents, but if the service criteria is not met within a year, then the licensees will be able to seek compensation.
The CEB is unable to supply power at capacity at present because the Norachole coal power plant, which supplies 900 megawatts or 42% of the national grid, is inoperational. A group including the Minister of Power and Renewable Energy, Ranjit Simbalapitiya, inspected the power plants today.
The problem we are facing is that when the machinery is inoperational, it takes another 3 days to reach the ideal temperature to switch on the generators. The power cuts around the country are a byproduct of this. There is a disparity between the demand and supply of electricity. At this time, even with all generation facilities running, we have a shortfall of about 300 to 400 megawatts until we can get this plant up and running.
Meanwhile, analysts in the power and energy sector are warning against continued dependence on coal power plants as a long-term power generation source.
The main issue is when the planning was carried out for the 3 power plants in Puttalam, this has not been carried out in a way that the engineering knowledge can be utilized to the maximum possible level. There is an agreement that has been reached with the Indian government. The agreement is to construct a coal power plant that would generate 500 megawatts in Sampur in Trincomalee. But I think with the situation that has arisen, it is not wrong to consider a substitute or to switch to natural gas or renewable energy methods with India instead of the 500 megawatt coal power plant, because they have not yet begun construction activities of the Sampur plant. Therefore, I think that it is better if the government understands that the agreement with the Indian government should be amended to a system that is more suitable for the country and to look at whether there is a more sustainable system.